Is it the egg, then the egg, or the egg then the chicken, or is it the chicken then the egg then the chicken? Even Aristotle, the philosopher credited as the first to study formal logic, wondered which came first. Chickens come from eggs, and eggs come from chickens. How can one come before the other? What came first, the chicken or the egg? This is a conundrum that has haunted many a people for centuries and even millennia. If you have never considered this question more keenly nor given it a critical thinking, we suggest that you do, for within this question a window opens into other mysteries in our universe. In fact, you must realize people from all walks of life, based on their responses to this conundrum, fall into only three categories. First, those who hold the claim that chicken came first. Second, those who claim egg gave rise to chicken, and finally, those who are indifferent, or unsure. In fact, a significant number of people agree that this question is daunting and there is no way of figuring it out. Here is a gist of it all. As with any question, scientific or not, it is the worldview that shapes the findings and the solutions thereafter. The first alternative to uncovering this problem is the naturalistic and evolutionary view of the world, which we highlighted in our recent video, What is Science? The theory is that one cell swallowed another cell, billions of years ago, and then eventually they began functioning as a unified cell. Evolutionists assert that birds evolved from reptiles over millions of years, so the reptiles eventually laid the egg that hatched as a chicken. Hence, the egg came first. This evolutionary view offers such a mechanistic explanation which takes great leaps of faith and extrapolation of facts. For instance, claiming that eggs came first and after millions of years, nature ordered those eggs in such a manner so intricately, that finally, chickens emerged out of reptile eggs, and purportedly domesticated about 10,000 years ago. None of which is observable nor repeatable. Based on the scientific methodology, you must know that this is merely an assumptions or hypothesis, which is based on an atheistic evolutionary view, and gives extraordinarily no evidence, regardless of who postulate them. Furthermore, to claim that millions of years, and nature puts things in order is contrary to scientific facts and principles. The law of decay disapproves this evolutionary assumption, because when matter such as eggs, and other higher life forms are left absolutely in the hands of nature, it destroys them, through time, oxidation, and other tools. It is the main reason why a 100-year-old building disintegrates. It is the reason why metals corrode, and fall apart, and not the other way around. Since evolutionary view does not offer a satisfactory answer, we must venture farther into experimental science. How does operational science aid us to solve this quagmire? Unfortunately, this is a subject where experimental science does not offer a sufficient help either, but we can leverage it to gather some clues as to what this dilemma really is. For example, it is, humanly speaking, impossible to go back a couple of thousand years ago, and observe facts about chickens or eggs. This may be possible in cosmology, but not in this respect. However, we could obtain some recorded historical facts, which only reminds us that people in the past civilizations also did not possess eggs without its source, the chicken. In addition, by applying the scientific method, we can deduce the following reminders. A. We can observe, at this present time, that chickens lay their eggs, broods over them, and after 3 weeks hatch their chicks. B. We can also deduce that at this present time mankind has not come close to creating bacterial life, apart from computer-generated simulations, leave alone complex forms of life such as that of an egg. C. Through artificial insemination and gene manipulation, humans still borrow from the raw materials of animals and humans. Not from dead objects such as rocks, for to this date there is no recorded evidence of nature producing eggs. Eggs come from animals. D. Repeatable experiments where eggs are incubated for 21 days, still proves that chicks are hatched from eggs, and eggs originally come from chickens. Furthermore, two crucial scientific principles will shed more light to this enigma. First, the laws of information science posit that intelligent information is not a product of mindless object, such as nature itself. Whenever any sensible information is traced to its origin, it always points back to an intelligent mind, just like a blueprint of a jet propulsion engine originates from the mind of an aeronautical engineer. Second, the principle underlying causality. To have an effect you must have a cause. For instance, the effect of incubating an egg is hatching a chick, which in turn grows to a chicken, which again lays more eggs, and the process continues. Given a chicken as the first cause, eggs follow. To claim an egg came from an egg is to fall into a pit of circular reasoning, a fallacy we should avoid. Finally, putting into application the principle of parsimony or simplicity, which is commonly known as Occam's razor. It is quite apparent that the simplest and logical explanation is that of the children, which simply states, the chicken comes first, and their eggs we gratefully enjoy, as we set some aside for continuation of their species. Now that you know why the chicken crossed the road, we hope you enjoyed this piece, and will engage your mind in finding the answer to yet another $1 million question. If the egg came from the chicken, what is the origin of the first chicken?